Ian Begley has revealed the shocking truth onto why Isaiah Hartenstein signed to the Oklahoma City Thunder over the New York Knicks, and Stefan Bondi also commented on it, and we have to talk about this. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because in case you missed it, not a great day to be a Knicks fan. Isaiah Hartenstein signed with the Oklahoma City Thunder on a 3-year, $87 million deal, effectively ending his New York Knicks career, obviously, and in the process, leaving the Knicks with an Isaiah Hartenstein-shaped hole in their door. And so, obviously, on top of that, and with the 76ers getting Paul George, it's not the greatest day to be a Knicks fan. I think the Knicks are fine. I'm not that concerned because, obviously, Hartenstein was going to leave. If you thought Hartenstein was going to stay, you were really, really wishfully thinking. However, I was convinced he was gone, and maybe a little more so than most people. Now, Ian Begley had been saying for months now that Hartenstein was going to leave, and let's be honest, he was right, but he did break this down a little bit for us. He mentioned that, as you'd imagine, it was a tough call for Hartenstein because he loved his teammates, the energy of the fan base, and New York City. But the opportunity for a big raise while maintaining a chance to compete for a title was massive, and apparently, if it was a cap space team like the Pistons who was rebuilding, and they made that offer to Hartenstein, it might have been a different outcome. And this kind of quote continues because Begley does mention the Knicks did everything to keep him, and they made the decision so hard for him. It was not an obvious decision, and even at the salary OKC was offering, Begley highlights the fact that Hartenstein not too long ago was getting paid $1.7 million. Now, the Knicks, if they weren't limited by the early bird rights rule in the CBA, they would have kept him in a Knicks jersey in New York. But unfortunately, that's the way the CBA goes. We should have been ready for this as a fan base. I'm pretty sure that Leon Rose and William Wesley have been very prepared for the fact that Hartenstein was going to leave. They knew he was going to leave. They knew they were fighting an uphill battle. It is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. Oh, well. Honestly, I knew this was coming, so I don't know how anyone could have thought he was going to stay. OKC was just going to offer him massive money, which they did, and he took it as he should have. And I don't see why people are shocked or like, what are we going to do now? It's not like the Knicks went into free agency and were like, oh yeah, if we don't bring back Hartenstein, we're done for. We'll just reverse the McHale trade. We'll say no. We'll rebuild. We'll trade Brunson or something. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but I know people are going to be like, trade Brunson, and then in the comments have like a spaz attack. I'm messing around. The real deal is here, the Knicks need to find a new backup center. Here's the thing. Stefan Bondi also talked about this, which made it very clear on one thing. The Knicks have pull. They have a lot going for them. They are a contender. They're in New York City. They have the best fan base in the world. You get to play in the best city on the planet. It is such a blessing to play for this era of the New York Knicks teams. Look at all the players who have left. They're all getting paid. RJ got paid. Well, he got paid by the Knicks, but then left. IQ just got paid a few days ago. Obi Toppin got paid 4 years, $60 million. Isaiah Hartenstein, he got paid. All these guys who came to the Knicks got paid. They're going to talk good things about the Knicks to their friends who are free agents. They're going to be like, you have a chance to blossom here and get a big contract like the rest of us did. And that's something that has to be kept in mind. Now, as I mentioned, Bondi kind of broke this down. And it's not there. There we go. Nope. There we go. Little technical difficulty right there. Bondi mentioned that he heard from multiple people how tough of a decision it was for Hartenstein to leave the Knicks because he loved his time here, but the difference in the average salary almost being a double, plus the cost of living is cheaper in OKC, meaning he was keeping so much more money. Hartenstein is following the money. And you know what? You can't hate a guy for doing that. I don't know how anyone could blame the guy. It's not like he was going to a bad team also. And like Begley mentioned, if it was a bad team offering that money, Hartenstein would have stayed in New York. He gave the Knicks some leeway, but at the end of the day, OKC went in there and was like, what's your price? And they got him. Now, the Knicks need to find a new backup center because Hartenstein started for a while, but he replaced an injured Mitchell Robinson, and I feel like people have forgotten about the fact that when healthy, Mitchell Robinson is one of the best defenders in the NBA and better than Isaiah Hartenstein. Not by much, but he is. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. The Knicks have options on what to do for their backup center, but also they still have an absolute beast in Mitch. The stats don't jump out at you because he spent most of the season injured, but he put up 8.5 rebounds in limited minutes. He put up 5 points, most of those off second chancers. When Mitch was starting on the Knicks because they were, winning and he was healthy, he put up 10 rebounds per game, and more of those were offensive. His field goal percentage has gone down. Him and Brunson need to get more of a rapport together, but he still averages 1 block and 1 steal per game. The reason he doesn't average like 2.5 blocks is because people just don't challenge him at the rim. They know Mitch is going to get him. Look, Mitch is still a monster. I don't see why people are acting like Mitchell Robinson is going to not be able to hold it down as a starter. Embiid played Hartenstein off the court. Mitch came in and was like, yeah, I'm having none of that because you're not running through me. I'm not trying to bash on Hartenstein in like some coping mechanism of, oh, the Knicks lost him. No, I really wish Hartenstein stayed with the Knicks. I think they probably would have won the finals because then they'd have 2 high-caliber centers. They still have 1. They have options with what they could do. I really want them to trade some second-round picks and the Obi trade exception for Nick Richards. I think that would be a phenomenal move by the team. It gets you another variation of Mitchell Robinson. He's good enough to be a backup center on a contending team. Sorry if my voice is going in and out, guys. I don't know what is going on right now. But, look, really, the Knicks are going to be okay. The problem is it's not easy to replace Isaiah Hartenstein. He did a lot for the team. And there's going to be a full video on this that I'm going to do later today, and I'm going to break down some options. But we're also going to do it a bit right now because, honestly, it's just fun. Look, Fred Katz mentioned it. He said, no remaining free agent approaches Hartenstein's ability. The list includes, in no particular order, Goga Bitadze, who the Magic have made a better offer than the Knicks have, Mo Wagner, Daniel Tice, Thomas Bryant, and Mo Bamba. One name to watch is Precious Achiuwa as the unrestricted free agent who the Knicks, had last year, and he filled in admirably as a backup center and a starting power forward for the team this season. He was very good with doing that. They have some options. Now, right now, I can see it being Precious. It's not going to be Daniel Tice. It is certainly not going to be Mo Wagner. Neither of them are good enough defenders to be a rim protector for Tom Thibodeau. That is just not going to happen. The problem with Mo Bamba is for no reason at all. The man has just never been able to tap into that potential. Maybe Tom Thibodeau and big man coach Othella Harrington can see something in Mo that no one else has, or they see a way to make Mo into a great player. But do you really want to take that much of a risk when you're a contender? I say go get Nick Richards. He's been good as a young player. He'll improve under Tibbs and Harrington. That is the guy, in my opinion, who you go after. I've seen some people mention Robert Williams, but he's very injury prone, and also there's no matching salary to do that, as far as I know. So I think you really look for Nick Richards here, and I'm going to do a whole video breaking the whole thing down on that, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to Knicks Digest, like this video, turn on post notifications, because we are going to break down the whole thing later with all the other options at backup center, because so many centers signed contracts instantly. Not cool, guys. What the hell? Didn't you want to consider playing for the Knicks? I guess not. But look, I honestly think my least favorite part about Hartenstein leaving, because I knew this was going to happen, is just the fact that, like, 76ers fans exist. They're like, oh, you lost your center that couldn't guard Embiid, unlike the other one who you still have. Well, when Paul George gets injured or just plays horribly like he does, Sixers fans, it's going to be really, really funny. So Aiden Laporta, or whatever his name, can shut his mouth and watch his team underperform again. And Sean Bernard can keep doing his thing because he's the man. Guys, have a great day. Go Knicks.